So hello guys, welcome to another lecture, and in this lecture we will see classification of discrete time signals. And discrete time signals are classified as even and odd signal, periodic and aperiodic signal, power and energy signals. So first we will start with even and odd signals. Even and odd signals. So what are even signals? So any arbitrary signal xn is said to be even if and only if it satisfies that x of minus n is x of n. For example of even signals are cosine signals are even, cos omega naught n square, del n and mod n. These are example of even signals. Now the second property is duration of even signal in left hand side is equal to duration in right hand side. Duration in left hand side is equal to duration in right hand side. Okay, this is first property, this is second, and the third thing is that even signals are also known as symmetric signals. Symmetric signals. Now second is odd signals. So any arbitrary signal xn is odd if it satisfies x of minus n is minus of x of n. And example of odd signals are sinusoidal signals, sin omega naught n, and these are odd signals. And odd signals are also called anti-symmetric signals. Anti-symmetric signals. If a signal is neither even nor odd, then it will come in category neither even nor odd signal. Neither even nor odd signal. So any signal xn can be written as combination of even and odd part. X of n will be xe of n, that will be even part of xn, plus xo of n, that will be odd part of xn, where xen will be xn plus x of minus n by 2, and xon, that is odd part of signal xn, will be xn minus x of minus n by 2. Now let us take a signal xn which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and find its even and odd part. So what will be x of minus n? So we know the shortcut. We will interchange these values. So it became 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This will be x of minus n. So what will be x e of n? Even part xn plus x of minus n by 2. So this became 6 by 2 3, 6 by 2 3, 6 by 2. Again 3 and 3, 6 by 2, 3, 6 by 2, 3, 6 by 2, 3. This plus this divided by 2. Everything will be divided by 2. Now what will be x o of n? Odd part of this signal will be xn minus x of minus n by 2. So this will be minus 3 by 2, and for 2, no, this will be 1 minus 5 minus 4 by 2. This will be minus 2. This will be minus 2. 2 minus 4 by 2, minus 1, 0. 4 minus 2, 2 by 2, 1. 5 minus 1, 4 by 2, 4. So now we can see, we can get xn, xen plus xon. We will get our x of n simply. So now we will move to periodic and aperiodic signals. Periodic and aperiodic signals. So any arbitrary discrete time signal xn said to be periodic if and only if it repeats itself after minimum integer fundamental period capital N. Let me write this definition. Any arbitrary discrete time signal x of n is said to be periodic if and only if it repeats itself after minimum integer fundamental period. Minimum integer fundamental period. Okay, that is n. Capital N means x of n plus n will be x of n. Then its fundamental period n will be, n we can given as 2 pi by omega naught into k. And here k represents that minimum integer value which will convert this 2 pi by omega naught into an integer number. It will convert 2 pi by omega naught into an integer. Because in discrete time, periodic signal will have period that will be integer only. If no such integer value k exists that can convert 2 pi by omega naught into an integer, then signal will be aperiodic. if no such k which can convert two pi by omega naught into integer exist, then signal is aperiodic. Signal is aperiodic, means non-periodic signal. And again, a property of a periodic signal is it exists from minus infinity to infinity. Periodic signal exists from minus infinity to infinity, but converse need not to be true. Okay, now example are cosine signal, sinusoidal signal. These are periodic signals. Now let me take one example of periodic signal. Let us say x of t is 2 sin pi by 2 n plus 4 cos pi by 4 n plus 8 sin pi by 8 n. Now let me find individual fundamental periods. N1 is 2 pi by omega naught is pi by 2 into k. So this became 4. N2 will be 2 pi by omega naught is pi by 4. So it became 8. K, we can take value of k 1 1. Here again N3 will be 2 pi by omega naught is pi by 8. So it became 16. So now overall fundamental period n became LCM of all the individual fundamental periods, that is n1, n2, n3. So LCM became 4, 8 and 16. LCM will be 16. So our fundamental period is 16. Now we will move to power and energy signals. So energy of any signal xn is given as E of x is given as summation n minus infinity to infinity mod xn whole square, and power of any arbitrary signal x of n is given as P of x is 1 upon 2n plus 1 and limit n tending to infinity summation mod xn whole square n minus infinity to infinity. These are defined as this is energy and that is power. So now for energy signal, energy should be finite, and for power signal, power should be finite. So let us check with an example. Let us say x of n is 1 by 2 n u of n. So magnitude of xn is whole square is 1 by 4 to the power n. So energy will be, and this un, because of un n became 0 to infinity, because before 0 it is 0, 1 by 4 to the power n. So it became 1 upon 1 minus 1 by 4. It became Gp, infinite Gp. So this became 4 by 3 joules. Means signal is energy signal. Okay, let us take one example of power signals. Let us say x of n is any constant signal A. So its power became limit n tending to infinity 1 upon 2n plus 1 n minus n to n mod xn whole square. So when we will calculate, it became a square. Wait. We have given here, this is energy, n is from minus n to n. This is not from minus infinity to infinity. This is from minus n to n. This is n. This is minus n. This is not there. And this is not there. N is from minus n to n. Okay. This is formula for power signal. If you have any doubt, then you can comment, no problem. Okay. So these are an example of our energy and power signal. So let me take one simple property, that product of a periodic and aperiodic signal multiply with aperiodic is always aperiodic signal. So these are our classification of discrete time signals, and so let us stop this module here, and in subsequent module we will see our further